They hate it. So that's a few of the baits and a few of the different retrieves, strike zones. Here's a few bait places to get it. And I urge, if you don't know anything about casting, call one of these guys. Riley and Helen's, Pastica, Thorne Brothers, Reed's, Guide's Choice. These guys, a lot of them are guides that work in these shops, and they fish all the time. They can answer questions. I mean, I've had some hellacious discussions with people at some of the other bait shops that really support Muskie's Inc. and stuff, but you never know who you're going to get at some places. But you call Riley and Helen's, these guys have been doing this for year after year and year. They can give you good ideas. And I'm not saying that, you might not always get the best, but I think I do a lot better. When I wanted a wireline rod, I called Thorne Brothers, who makes custom rods for years, and say, hey, I need a wireline. I don't know where to start. And they hooked me up pretty good. CPR, tools, times the enemy. There's a few tools that I've got all the time. These cutters, angle cutters, are great for cutting super braid line. These are great for digging deep. File to file down your hooks. Make sure they're sharp. Split ring pliers so you can change hooks out when you cut them. Snip X. These are expensive, about 47 bucks a piece, but when you get 42 inches hanging from your arm from a 7/0, they're priceless. Believe me. Believe me. So I like linesman. I use the big linesman's pliers, and I know everybody's got their own personal preferences, but I like these. I get a lot of torque out of them. And then jaw spreaders. And if you're working on a fish, a couple things about that. Once you get them, if you're not ready for the pictures, throw them in the live well, throw them back in the net. Try to be ready. Have these tools right there and available to you. And just want to say thanks very much, I guess. Any questions I can answer? Yeah, in the back here. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I have, actually. I got an interesting story. I was at Blackstone Harbor with the guy, Donnie Hunt, that used to own Andy Meyer's Lodge, and we were fishing right where Ken O'Brien got his 65-pounder, the Canadian record. And he said, Cat, we're marking all this bait off this break. It was a 40-foot break, and there was a weed line, but it was late November. There was pretty much just tinsel weeds, nothing there. And he said, you got one of those fuzzy duzzits? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, here. So he casts that thing out like you're talking, and he rips it twice, rips it again, and all of a sudden you see him rear back. And that rod just went boom, boom, and he's got his drag all the way down. You hear it squealing off, and it stops, and he's holding it, and he's like, I got him. And I'm like, oh, my God, this is crazy, And he's like, he's bulldogging, he's staying deep. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, I got the net ready, and I'm like, dude, something's wrong. He's not doing anything. And what we did, we snagged an anchor, and it fell down that 40-foot break. So that was one example of trying that. But no, it should work. That was a bad example of it working. It's got to be a great bait. It's got great vibration, a great visual. For fish that key on visual or vibration, it'd have to be a great thing to cast. But they sure vibrate, that's for sure. Any others?
Yeah, I got a question for you. How long do you put in on a lure then? You said you get frustrated